Good morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 62, and we are here at sunrise on Barefoot Beach in Southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. Good morning, KB. Good morning, Jamie, Darlene, Sandy, Evelyn. Thank you all for joining me. Good morning, Ruthie. Good morning, DJ, Annie, Crystal, Ann, Monica, Philip, Karen. Good morning. Billick, I had to sit in a weird spot yesterday morning that had me completely in the shade. I'm back to my normal spot because I remembered my tripod today. Patty, Sherry, Kimmy, Christy, Petra, good morning everybody. Good morning Sarah, good morning Edna. Good morning Melissa, good morning Jamie. Yes, it is beautiful here today. It's pretty mild, it's very mild wind. There were a ton of birds when I got here. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Cheryl. Thank you all for joining me. Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Nancy from Oregon. Annie wants to know if I had breakfast. No, I did not have breakfast yet. I had my tea at home because I can't find my travel mug. What is it? Every day there's something else that I forget. So I brewed my tea this morning, getting ready to walk out the door. Could not find my travel mug to save my soul. And anyway, don't know where it is at the moment. I thought it might be in the car. It wasn't. Thought it was in a container that I brought stuff back upstairs home yesterday from the car. It wasn't in the sink, so don't know. It'll show up. It'll show up. So anyway, I had tea. I just slammed my tea before I walked out the door this morning. Thank you all for joining this morning. If anybody is working on any crafts this morning, please let me know. I'd love to know what you're working on. Yesterday I mentioned a contest that I'm starting. I'm going to be giving the 18-inch Yarn on the Beach tote bag to a lucky winner. This is what it looks like, full of goodies. And that's going to be the prize. Have a contest starting. And no, Judy, I had it yesterday. I had it yesterday when I didn't have my tripod. Sound like a hack. Anyway, it's here. It's been missing for less than 24 hours, so it's here. I'll find it. Queenly Angel's going to make one of my vests. That's wonderful. Yes, Leanne, they turn up. You know, there's an old saying that I like to say when I can't find something. It's nothing is lost in the eyes of God. And I feel like the more I say it, the quicker it turns up. So hopefully, and sometimes letting go of it. Letting go of the thought of it eventually too. Let's see, someone's working on mermaid blanket and a cable knit sweater. Great, good morning Lily. KB's working on cozy memory blankets. I don't know what memory blankets are, but it sounds great. Hi Shirley, thanks for joining. Okay, so yesterday I did a bunch of research which turned into legal research on how to do a contest on YouTube, and it turns out I didn't get enough information to figure out how to do it. What I really wanted to do was promote my YouTube channel on Pinterest, so I was really hoping to find a way to get everybody to share my videos on their Pinterest pages and pick a winner from there to give away the tote bag. But let's see, Sarah says the leggings. Sarah says she can't find leggings in her size. What I think we should do is collectively and individually ask Redbubble to increase their size range. I think that stores are more inclined to increase their size range when they know that there's a demand for it. So because several people have told me that their sizes aren't available there, I highly encourage you to ask them about it, because I'm sure that it's just, you know, you can only do so much when you're starting a project, and then you expand based on demand, right? So if they aren't getting those requests, they're not thinking to do it. Sure, Judy, I'll show you how I hold my crochet hook. We'll get to that in a few minutes. No problem at all. Good morning, Beatrice. Thanks for joining. I wonder if the birds will come back. There were hundreds of them here when I got here. And they didn't move when I set my stuff down, so I thought for sure they were going to stay. And then as soon as I sat down, they all flew off. So anyway, where was I? Oh, so the contest. So it turns out that the legal drama involved in doing a contest solely on YouTube sounded like something I'm not ready for. So even though what I'd like to ask anybody that wants to help share my work and my efforts is to share on Pinterest. If you have a Pinterest account and you want to share stuff from my Redbubble shop, or share my videos, or share my yarns and my patterns, and yeah, if you use Facebook and Twitter, that's great too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But sharing is a great big component of the algorithm with YouTube. So I know that they are really interested in ranking videos higher that have a lot of likes, a lot of comments, and a lot of shares. So if you feel so inclined, I would really appreciate that. Now, having said that, so anytime you want to do that, thank you so much. But in order to do the contest, the only way I know how to do it legally is to offer a contest on my website. Yes, thumbs up, like button is highly encouraged as well. YouTube really likes all sorts of positive engagement on videos. So I put a link. Sure, Yvette, I can explain that too. She wants to know why I use a square knot instead of a slip knot when I crochet, and I'm happy to explain that, but just want to finish this real quick. So if you're interested in the contest to win the 18-inch Yarn on the Beach tote bag from my Redbubble shop, I have placed the contest on my website on the most recent blog post. It started this morning and it'll go a week. So you get an entry point for signing up for my mailing list. You get an entry point for like one entry for each item you do. You get an entry for following my Pinterest page, commenting on a YouTube video, commenting on the blog post, and pinning a video, a yarn, and an item from my Redbubble shop. So when you go there, it's all listed there. You just have to sign into it. I think it's either with Facebook or your email, and then do any of the number things, and you can go back and do some of them every day for the week. And then at the end of the week, it generates a winner from all of the entries. And on, I think next Tuesday, I'll be picking a winner for Yarn on the Beach tote bag. So that's that. So if you want to go over there after the broadcast, I've already shared the link. And you can also just go over to my blog, and the contest information will be over there. Good morning, Cebu. Cebu, thank you for joining. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. I love doing giveaways. Sometimes it's kind of hard because there's so much legal drama about it. There's so many things that get involved with it when it shouldn't be that hard to ask people to do things that they normally do anyway, and give stuff for free. So I wish it wasn't so difficult, but it's because some people do it illegally that they have to add the red tape. Like, there's no purchase necessary. I mean, I'm not bribing anybody to do anything, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't have to do it at all. Questions about my scarf. This is the beaded Magatama scarf. It's a crochet scarf, and I'm planning on doing a knit version of it very soon, because I think we should have a knit lace scarf with these beautiful little Magatama beads. If you can see the beads on there, they are 4mm, but they're shaped like little teardrops or bubbles. So they look like little tiny crystal AB iridescent bubbles on there. And I absolutely love wearing it as a lariat style necklace. You know, I think of it more as like a large necklace / skinny scarf. Mary didn't know about my Redbubble shop. Yeah, you should check it out. I just did 2 new collections recently. I did a whole bunch of leggings with balls of yarn on them that I drew. And then yesterday I started a photography section. I'm going to add my nature photos from Florida. And so the sunset pictures that I took last week, I uploaded that, and oh my gosh, the sunset looks gorgeous on leggings, looks gorgeous on the scarf, it looks gorgeous on the phone cases, the travel mugs, the chiffon scarf, it looks amazing on. So I'm trying to get a picture of Curious George over here to do a pair of leggings with him on them. I think that'd be so fun. But Annie crochets with 2 hands because of arthritis. I don't think there's any wrong way to knit or crochet. In fact, it's something that I firmly believe in and talk to people all the time. Tennessee Rose wants to know if I've done any baby dress or little girl dresses. I did one for Interweave Crochet Magazine, and it is, I believe, still available on their website. If it isn't, let me know. Angelina, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoy my videos. Oh, Petra's making this right now. Someone else said they're making one of my knit scarves right now. Wonderful. I'd really like, I'm on my list of things to do right now is a knit version of this. And I'm going to do it in a brighter color to show you how that can be a fun accessory as well. Now, a couple of things I wanted to show you this morning. Good morning, Julia. Thanks for joining. For those of you just joining now, I have a contest started today on my website. So if you get a chance to go over to my blog, it'll explain to you what you need to do to be involved, and the lucky winner is going to receive the 18-inch size large Yarn on the Beach tote bag that I bring to the beach every day. Oh, Yvette's making my barefoot sandals. Wonderful. That's great. I think I'm going to start wearing mine to the beach now that the weather's warming up here. Then you can see them in action. Let's see, what is this on here? You know what? It's an old tie from when it was sent to a shop for a trunk show. So this is an old scarf that I found the other day, done in brioche stitch. You see how brioche stitch has peaks and valleys in it. Well, when I was designing this years ago, those peaks and valleys gave me an idea for picking up and knitting into the front of fabric. So on the other side here, you can see I picked up and knit into the peaks of the brioche like this to create these ruffles. Now, after all these years, I look at this and I say, yes, I liked it, but I think I could do a better idea for it now. And as I was thinking that, and so isn't that beautiful? You have surface knitting on top of flat knitting to make this ruffled edge on the scarf, and I love it. I think it would be really fun to do this in brighter colors as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Even though tonal is actually really pretty too. It does look like water waves. Yes, it does. So I'm going, this is on my list of things to new and improve, revise. And while I was looking at it, I was like, okay, so what would the crochet version be? Thank you, Yvette. And so look at this hat. This is a Be So Tender, super simple hat on my website that's done in half double crochet through the back loop. Yes, Edna, I'm trying to get a good picture of Curious George. I want to share photos of him. So as soon as I get a good one, I've tried a few, but they aren't great yet. We'll get one. So this hat is done, worked sideways with half double crochet through the back loop. So you see it also creates those peaks and valleys. So I'm going to show those to you side by side. Now keep in mind, these are very different weight yarns and very different size needle hooks, so different gauge. But if you look closely, see those peaks and valleys from the brioche? Very similar to the peaks and valleys of half double crochet through the back loop. So I think these two stitches, thank you Lily, will be very complementary for doing that surface ruffles. I know the waves are nice and loud today, aren't they, Sarah? Well, we've got a bit of rollers too. I know they're small compared to anybody that lives near the ocean. The Gulf of Mexico is a much smaller body of water, so we get much smaller waves, but it's still really, really pretty. Okay, so two questions that came up while I was talking about other things were, why do I tie a square knot instead of a slip knot on my work? And one of the main reasons for it is because I like a way more secure beginning if I'm working into that first chain. Oh, sorry, Julia. Hope you feel better. Feel better, and hopefully we see you soon. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so if you're comfortable with how loose it is until you secure it afterwards, I mean, that's fine. There's lots of good perks to doing the slip knot as well. So I don't discourage anybody from doing it one way or the other. Oh, I'm getting so many people saying, I'm reading so many people saying, feel better, Julia. That's so nice. I love how caring we all are to each other. So nice to see. Thank you all. Yeah, so I don't discourage anybody from doing whatever type of knot you like. If you prefer a slip knot, don't ever stop because of what I do. And anybody that likes a square knot, don't feel pressured to do a slip knot because another person does it. There's no wrong way to do it. And that brings me to the other question that someone asked, which was, how do I hold my yarn? I had a lady come up to me at the beach the other day after our broadcast. And it was really funny because she says, "Are you Kristin Omdahl?" And I said, "Well, yes, why?" And she recognized me from all my years on Yarn on the, not Yarn on the Beach, all my years on Knitting Daily TV on PBS. So I don't get recognized from that as often as I used to. So it was kind of fun to have someone ask me that. So we talked a little bit about Knitting Daily and talked a little bit about what she was doing here. I invited her to my knitting club that meets every Tuesday evening from 6 to 8 in North Naples. And oh, Anita, that's where you know me from too, and so does Ruthie. That's great. Very nice. Yeah, that was a wonderful experience. When I stopped being on that show, that's actually why I started my YouTube channel. I loved the platform of teaching visually on video and believed in it so much. Sarah, that'd be great to meet one day. Absolutely. Yeah, Judy, it is fun. It's always fun when someone recognizes me. It's weird, but it's fun, yeah. So that brings me to my other question, because she was, you know, complimenting me and excited to see me, and then said she loved the way I hold my crochet hook, but she says, but I learned from I can't remember what country she said. She might have said Romanian. My Romanian grandmother and I just kind of hacked through my yarn. And I tried to sound very calm. I wanted to be as calm and as non-judgmental and supportive as possible, because this is so important to me, like non-reactive. And I just said, oh, there's absolutely no wrong way to hold your hook. And I totally believe that. Anytime at our knitting club, we'll have somebody new come in, and every now and then someone will come in and point her finger around the table and say, you don't knit right, you don't crochet right. And I immediately, I don't want to scold anybody, because I don't want to come across aggressive to that person either. So I try to center myself and have as little tone as possible when I say it, but I mean it wholeheartedly when I tell them, oh no, we don't do that here. There is no wrong way to hold your yarn when you're knitting or crocheting. And I will say it for the rest of my life. I don't want anyone to ever, ever, ever feel like they're not being creative the right way on my watch. So this goes back to that whole protective thing again. Crochet, I don't know, understand what she said. She's too bossy for something. Yes, Yvette, it's absolutely a comfort thing as well as a physical thing. Like you said, if someone has arthritis and any range of arthritis, you could end up holding your hook one way before arthritis sets in, and you could actually need different hooks and different holding methods as time goes on. So you may even change your style as you go. Oh, Shirley, are those your song lyrics? That looks so pretty. Darlene, I'm glad to hear you do that too. Oh, Crochet Crazy Lady says she's not as calm as me. Villick wants to know where I get my crochet hooks. I'm in the process of getting some manufactured for me right now. They're made out of bamboo and I really like them a lot, but it's a long process. The ones that I've been using over the years are rosewood hooks by Lantern Moon and the anodized aluminum ones from Susan Bates. Oh, thanks Gina. Crochet Crazy Lady says her name's Gina. I can't be certain that I'll remember it for a while. It takes me a while to remember someone's name when it's written differently, but I will certainly try. Villick uses Susan Bates. Yeah, there's something about that anodized metal that's very quick for me. Oh, Sarah, I do that type of knitting too, but there's nothing wrong with Continental. And there's nothing wrong with, there's people that do a hybrid of them. Oh, the rosewoods are very nice. They're a lot more expensive than the other one, than the Susan Bates, but they are definitely a treat to have in your hooks, in your sets. So, having said all that, I'm happy to show you how I crochet, and I'll show you on the project that I'm working on right now. Better find that crochet hook in there. Sandy likes the clover hooks. That's great. Yeah, whatever you like. If you like it, that's fantastic. It's funny, in a pinch, I'll use anything too, but I definitely have my preferences. Yeah, definitely. Good morning, Sherry from Ireland. Now, having said all that, there are other variations in holding a crochet hook too. Like knitting, you have the English and the Continental and the hybrid and probably a lot more. And then in crochet, you have the knife hold, the pencil hold, and a few others, I'm sure. But again, just because of however I'm crocheting, I do not want you to feel like your method is inferior to mine. Whatever works for you, works for you. Oh, great. Thank you, Christy. Oh, sorry you're up with back spasms, but glad you could join us today. Nar just wants to know what scarf I'm wearing. This is the beaded Magatama scarf pattern, and you can find it on my website. Yeah, the rosewood hooks are really nice. They are. Definitely very nice. And hopefully I'll have some bamboo hooks for sale soon. I really like the ones that I have that are samples. Beatrice is having a big snowstorm today. Wow, well hopefully you can stay inside and be warm. I have a full day of work and then packing up my car for my knitting club tonight. Oh, which reminds me, last night I finished final edits on book 14 and uploaded it to my printer. We have now 24 hours for what do they call that department? Anyway, they check to make sure my file is the right size, my photos are the right size, everything bleeds properly. So, color bleeds, that is. And so they're checking that for 24 hours. Then I'll be able to order another proof. When that proof arrives, if I'm okay with all the changes that I've made, we get to make it go live. So, Petra, yeah, it's part of their editing department for sure. That's a good, I forget what they called it. They called it something strange, which is why I'm missing the word in my head, but yes, that works. Yes, and I did. I liked them. Very nice. Yeah, Christy, back spasms are not fun. I've had them on and off for years too. Hopefully you feel better. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, what row am I on here? Okay, I'm on a chaining row. See if I can turn myself around. Lily uses Fimo hooks. I don't know what those are, but if you like them, that's all that counts. Okay, so I'll just show you a few stitches of my shawl so you can see how I hold my hook. I think and remember, I'm self-taught at both knitting and crochet, so my methods might not be perfection regarding proper techniques either, but again, I think the goal here is to be creative and feel good, and so whichever methods work for you, I think are perfectly fine. Over the years, I find ways of holding my yarn that I think become more efficient for speeding up the techniques. Like, you notice how I hold my yarn between my third and fourth finger in my left hand, and by doing this motion, I feel like it speeds along the process of the hook. So I'll do my chain now as I'm getting ready to single crochet into here. You notice I'm doing half of the yarn movement with these two fingers and half of the movement with my fingers with the hook, and I feel like that speeds up the process a little bit and makes me a faster crocheter. Okay, I can't see the camera while I'm doing that, so I'm going to back it back up again and see if anybody has any questions about that. Okay, Terry gets finger cramps when she holds the yarn that way, and that's a good reason to not hold the yarn that way. This pattern's going to be available on another company's website for free, I believe. Okay, it looks like we're almost out of time. So let's take another minute here and look out at the water. Listen to those beautiful crashing waves. I'm not sure what you saw. I don't see anything though. If you enjoyed today's Yarn on the Beach, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Please don't forget to go over to my website if you're interested in entering the contest to win this beautiful 18-inch Yarn on the Beach tote bag, just like the one that I carry every day. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.